Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, YouTube Ronin, not quite dead yet. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Reserved Seats, the Oscars Postmortem special. I'd like to say hello to a few people who have joined us here in the chat. Retired Midnight Blogger himself, channel member Curtis Selby. Geeky Geezers Raid, last call, Troy Pacelli. Emoji Queen, Lady Mist. Host of Action Theater Western Cinema presents an after-hours karaoke. My partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger, the man who cannot be killed, Outlaw Bill. Our man from the future, Sashi. Futures are bleak, but at least there's delicious food, so it's not all bad. Certainly not. All right. My guest is waiting backstage. This is a woman that you all know. She's very scary. And if you want to know why I sound so bad, the true reason is because she came to my house and choked me out. And until I agreed to allow her to co-host. You know her, you love her, you cannot live without her. The woman who is very scary. Sense Corner.
You know, it's who I know. See, so I sent Alucard after you.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yes.
I attempted to subdue him, but I forgot steps 2 through 10.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a vamp. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Well, Oscar time again.
Yep.
And yeah.
Did you watch?
Okay. Good night. No.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I didn't. But I do know of some of the wins. So I mean, I was working and I tuned in and out. I was on.
Yes.
I was listening to Anthony Perez and D Movie Man as they watched it. So I saw some things that happened. Not everything though.
Mm-hmm. Well, in between live streams, I was watching Chris Gore's watch party.
Right. He had a ton of people watching, like 9,000 plus on Twitter.
10,000,
Lord.
I think, in the end.
Wow, got that high. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw the 9,000. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And I tried, my plan was I was going to have it on Hulu in the background.
Oh, I heard Hulu screwed up majorly.
Yeah, not only did they screw up, much on the level of Netflix with the Tyson Paul fight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I could not access Hulu.
Oh, maybe there was,
period.
Maybe there was so many. There was so many on the server.
Yeah, must have been.
Maybe the site just couldn't handle it.
So that's how that went. So I was just basically following along at first with all of these pirate sites that were popping up before they got knocked. But by the time Conan O'Brien's monologue, which was actually pretty funny,
the opening one where he came out of Demi Moore. I heard about that.
He does, yeah. And then he goes back in for his shoe.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, Wait. This is,
Oh, Conan. He used to be one of my favorite late night
oh yeah.
hosts.
Yeah. So he kept it non-political. I understand a couple of the speeches kind of went a little sideways.
Oh, I,
Um,
I don't know. I don't think I heard of
I
any of those,
I
but
I didn't hear
wouldn't surprise me.
any of them. Yeah, there was apparently a lot of Ukraine stuff, so I kind of
Oh,
figured.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And of course
uh,
the film that won for best documentary. I heard about that. I
yeah.
heard about Kieran Culkin's absolutely adorable speech, and I saw it. It was so cute.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So cute. You should watch it. I think I no I don't think I retweeted it, but it's around. Yeah, it was really cute. Demi,
And yeah,
yeah, she did not win. Spoiler alert, she did not win.
yeah.
Uh, there were a few surprises from what I can tell, but
Mm,
one of the films that felt a little bit bandwagony to me because there's always there's almost always bandwagony stuff that goes on with these awards. A few years ago, it was Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was hugely bandwagony. No, no slaps, Sashi. Um,
no.
Anora was bandwagony, I feel.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it, but I
I
have a
haven't
feeling
either.
that
Yeah.
even if I saw it, I would agree that it's probably not best picture material. But then I feel like most best picture nominees and winners are not best picture material because I feel like the Academy is very out of touch with things. And of course, it doesn't help that they've got those stupid diversity regulations in place,
Yeah.
which have, basically means I heard the stat was like 100 plus films that didn't qualify because of that.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have
there's a list floating around out there. There
I
was
don't have much respect for the Academy.
uh no, because well they kind of where they hoisted themselves on their own petard or whatever the phrase is. And because it was so obvious that they wanted to give Amelia Perez, a multiple number of Oscars.
Well, with all the nominations,
Yeah. And then
but but I had a feeling, when all this controversy stuff started coming out, I had a
mhm,
feeling. Now, I'm not sure, but I heard that this happened after the votes had already been cast. But when it was
mhm,
happening, I was thinking, okay, the Academy, I'm feeling like the Academy's behind this because they're trying to figure out a way to backpedal out of giving this movie wins. Then I saw an interesting video on YouTube. I think it was Brett Cooper. And she
mhm,
was talking about this thing that started happening maybe back in the 90s when Harvey Weinstein was a thing, where he apparently started this sort of practice or trend to, like for his films that were up, he hired, uh, I don't know, like firms or PR firms or some sort of whatever. He hired people or businesses, group firms, whatever. I don't even remember the word for it, to
mhm,
basically go on this campaign, a smear campaign against the opposition to try to destroy their chances. And this
mhm.
has been a thing that has caught on over the years. So, who in the world knows what was really behind all these reveals of these tweets that Carla Gascon, whatever, put out? Because those tweets are old. It's not like
Mhm.
something that was posted very recently. So I just find the whole thing interesting. Not that I'm
You think there were
sympathizing with.
some,
I think there was definitely
yeah,
an
some
attempt
dirty
to.
tricks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. Not
Oh,
that I'm
absolutely.
sympathizing with this person
No,
at
no.
all, because I think it was absolutely insane that this dumb movie was nominated. but it's just, it's just kind of feels a little slimy
Yeah.
what happened. Yeah, oh Sashi, I I
Yeah.
I received the screener for that and I saw the premise and I decided, nope, no thank you very much. And I actually really like Zoe Saldana.
Hmm.
Um but I asked when I found out she won, I said something like I posted something on Twitter like, "Well, did she cry again? I've heard this has kind of been a thing with her this whole season." I got like hundreds of likes on it. Some people got a little annoyed with me, but it was like, I don't think she should have won because I don't think that movie should have deserved any sort of attention or recognition.
No, none.
It's
Uh,
just ridiculous. But she's been
yeah.
winning all the awards, so of course it was kind of she was a shoe in to
Yeah.
win that.
All right. Hello to, I do want to say hello to Joe Coppola, who has joined us in the chat, as well as Jason Fox. Good to see you, sir. All
Oh, I
right.
like that. I like that avatar.
Yeah, it's
That's cool. Is it the
that's the
crow?
crow. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is it the recent crow? Because
No, I think
it
it's his
looks
own
almost
design.
like Bill
It does
Skarsgård.
kind of
Okay,
look a little bit. Yeah.
all right.
uh, anyway. Uh, so yeah. And speaking of Bill Skarsgård, nothing for Nosferatu. So I
What a
kind of got that
shame!
right. Yeah.
A shame. And nothing for Sing Sing, and nothing. I'm pretty sure Better Man did not win. I think I would have heard that.
Better Man didn't win.
Such a travesty. Like what
Nothing
the heck?
for nothing for Complete Unknown.
Well,
Because
that doesn't make me too upset.
I
Honestly.
was thinking maybe Chalamet would get in and win because he campaigned for it.
Yeah.
He did everything right pretty much. He there's no scandals with him. There's no
Right, that's true.
controversy surrounding the movie. Adrian Brody, who did win,
He's already won.
had one already. So I figured maybe that Chalamet was going to get in this year. Or
Well, I
maybe
was
outside chance, maybe Ray Fiennes. But,
right.
So I got that one wrong. So those of you who watched my prediction special yesterday, I got 16 out of 23.
Okay.
It
Probably got more
would
than I did.
it would have been 17, but I switched my best song out right at the end. Basically, right when I did the show, I just decided, Elton John. I thought he would be the safe choice, but alas, no. Very good. Thank you. Let's see. Jason says it's a little joke because me and
okay.
Bill do have some similarities, so it's a mix of the newer style.
Cool.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, nice. Same with my family's restaurant. Made good
Very
tip
good.
money. Shang, right on.
Nice.
Okay. So, like we said, the big winner of the night turned out to be Honora.
Yes.
And man, Sean Baker cleaned up.
Yeah, he did.
Because not only did he win screenplay and director, he's the editor of the film. He won for that. Plus, he's one of the producers. He got 4 Oscars tonight.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him with 4.
So
that's quite a bit.
That has to be some kind of a record. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get 4 Oscars in one night. I might be wrong, but I don't recall ever seeing that. So I guess I'm going to have to see this movie now.
I'm honestly not interested. I know the premise. It does not appeal to me at all. Now, if it had been one of the Mystery Movie Mondays, obviously I would have seen it. Maybe I would feel differently. I don't know. But I don't have the time or the desire to give it a chance. So I'm probably going to pass on it.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people have seen
curious.
it. And Well, I know a lot of people have seen it and they feel like it's good, but Best Picture? Best Picture? Really? They don't feel like it's
Mm,
that good.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
and
what plot?
someone posted on Twitter. I'm going to paraphrase, but basically the Academy proving the substance right because they gave it to Mickey Madison, which I thought was okay. That's an interesting take.
Kind of does. Once you think about it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Quapla to our resident Klingon, Mark Malikoff. Okay. Joe Coppola says he also has bowling league night. So cool. Okay.
Probably more fun than watching the Oscars.
Probably was. Record for a director also getting an Oscar for editing. Yeah, that might be true as well. Yeah. Good to see you too, Jason. I got to have you back
Hey.
on the show someday soon. You and the whole gang. We need to do that.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm just going to read this off real quick. As I said, Honora for Best Picture, also director, screenplay, editing, and of course Mikey Madison for actress. The Brutalist got cinematography, musical score, and Adrian Brody for actor. So that's, I think, like the second most.
Okay.
Uh, let me see. Emilia Perez with 2, with Zoe getting supporting actress, and also, believe it or not, best song.
Oh my God. Which song?
El
Please tell me
Mal.
it wasn't. Okay, I haven't heard it. That's not the stupid one about
No,
the
it's not.
man to
Well,
woman,
it
woman to
the
man, penis to.
no, it was the least of the stupid ones.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, that dumb movie! I swear.
yeah.
Yeah, so many like you know how many how offensive that stupid movie was to so many people.
Oh, I don't doubt
Mexico,
it at all.
Mexico
Yeah.
especially. I mean, are you serious? Mexicans do not like that movie and the main actor at all.
Yeah. The movie man in the house. He's got a
Hey
question
D
for you, Sin.
might end up
Uh,
be um yes, probably. I have a very, very strong feeling, D, and I have mentioned this multiple times that Better Man is going to be my number one. I honestly cannot foresee anything dethroning that film for me. I've seen it so many times now. I cry every single time. I love, and I'm not a fan of musicals, but I absolutely love the heck out of this film. And yeah, it touched me on a level that I did not anticipate. Absolutely did not. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's so
good
so
film.
good.
I would have been happy if it won for visual effects.
I
It
feel like
didn't.
it deserved it, but what won?
Dune.
Dune. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
which is
just
fine.
so.
Dune was good too.
I mean,
Um,
it's okay, but
as far as the
I
effects were concerned, I thought it was fine.
it
Yeah.
looks nice and that was good and everything, but I'm underwhelmed with Dune. It's all right. I've just never really been super in love with it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know, I stick by my initial review of it when we did the roundtable with Paulie now. Good movie, bad adaptation.
Yeah, I know we've had those
Yeah,
discussions.
yeah. So that I maybe I need to watch it again. I don't know. I
I have no desire to see it again. None.
well, I'm because I'm still a bit of a completist. I got the 4K also because I really got a good deal for it. So
Okay.
yeah, so I own it. I have it. So Indy Phantom has joined us. Well, I did see Honora and only 2 of the best picture nominees. What did you think of Honora? Since we haven't seen it here on the panel. Um, Hello to Joe's Atmosphere. Happy for several people tonight. Thank God Zoe Saldana won the only award for Amelia
That
Perez.
was not the only award, apparently.
No, it won for song as well. She is the best part of that movie. I'll give her that. She makes it at least somewhat watchable. Her character is a little abhorrent because she basically just kind of chucks everything to go work for this drug lord. It's like, she's not the good guy.
Yeah, sells her soul.
She's,
Sounds like.
She's just last man standing at the end, so to speak, Spoiler alert, she's the only one who doesn't die. Because, screw that movie, and we're going to, I will spoil it if I want to. Okay. Oh, the chat is jumping. Hold on. Indie Phantom says, Nora is decent, but not something I would see again, except for this. Okay. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way about The Substance, really. It's kind of, there's a lot of skin in that movie.
There
more
definitely is.
More than I was expecting.
I did not realize that, what's her name? Oh gosh, Margaret Qualley? Is that her name?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I didn't realize that she had prosthetic mammary glands for that film.
Oh.
Yeah, she did, because she wasn't big enough. Apparently, it's like, well, they looked absolutely real.
They were nice, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't like Dune. Well, it's not that I didn't like Dune. It's just there were changes that they made to the story. In particular, what they did with Shawnee, I didn't like the changes that they made there. That was really it. Let's see.
Are they just going to make one more?
Yeah, they're doing Dune Messiah next. I don't know if they're going to do more after that.
And that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So what's the breakdown of winners? Okay.
Yeah, I guess continue reading your
thing. Okay. So Nora got 5 in all. The Brutalist 3, Amelia Perez 2, and Wicked got 2 for production design and costumes. Dune 2 got 2, visual effects and sound. Flo got animated feature. I went out on a limb on that one because a lot of people were saying Wild Robot, but I think it's going to be Flo.
Predicted Wild Robot. Flo's been getting a lot of attention. Have you seen that?
No, not yet. Not yet. And the one I'm sure Paulie was happy over, I'm Still Here, got international feature.
Oh, well, there's that at least.
Yeah.
I was hoping that chick would win for Best Actor. I was hoping that there would be an upset for Best Actor. I mean, actress, sorry. I was hoping that would happen. Yeah. I was? I didn't know that clue. I never watched Wicked. I just like, I don't know. I have not a fan, haven't seen it, but not a fan because you deputized me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I would have if I could have. Cynthia Erivo has gotten on my last nerve. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay. I'm kind of behind in the chat here. I'm trying to catch up. My brother was watching the Paddington movie and commented that the CGI was better than most blockbusters now. I don't doubt it. Mm-hmm. Wait, it went for best song? Which song did? No, not that one. Not that one. Thank
that
goodness.
Was my first thought, Troy.
I think it's the karaoke one, the karaoke scene. I think that's the song that wins it. I don't know. I don't know. I've tried to block all of the music from that movie out of my mind. So I don't want to go there. Nora, not as good as the other films by Sean Baker I've seen. Prefer Starlet, don't know that one. The Florida Project and Red Rocket. Florida Project I've actually seen a few minutes out of. That's the one Willem Dafoe's in that he got nominated for. Yeah,
You know, it's a shame that man
that
has
looked
not won an Oscar yet.
no. They're gonna wait until he's almost dead and
Yeah, something stupid like that,
give
like what they
him
did with
yeah,
Jessica Tandy.
or give it to him for the wrong movie, which they do all the
Yeah,
time.
that too. Like what they did with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. The film that won the most awards only cost $6 million to make. Good night for indie films. Yeah.
I have heard that comment put forth, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm, it's good. I do think indie film is, like I mentioned in one of my latest reviews, I feel like that's where it's at. That's where we are getting more original content, and a lot of times better content.
So that I still might check out A Complete Unknown and The Brutalist. A Complete Unknown I want to see. Brutalist I'm not in as much of a hurry because I've heard that movie kind of loses it in the second
Doesn't hold
half.
up in the second. I
Yeah,
think I heard that as
that's
well.
what I've heard. I know more or less the plot, and there's a point in that movie where either you're with it or you're not,
Hmm.
and I don't think I'm going to be
Yeah, I
based on
don't
what
think
I've
it's.
heard.
I,
You
I
know,
I don't think it's enough of a draw for me to spend 3+ hours of my
it
life
sounds
on
depressing,
it.
and I
Yeah,
don't want to
that's what
sit
I've
through a
heard.
3.5 hour depressing movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure it looks good. I'm sure it sounds good. I'm sure it's well made. I don't know. So Sadana's honorable. She's learned to speak Klingon. She did. She did. All right. Memories' wife's substance had great makeup effects, I guess. The makeup effects in that are pretty trippy. And at the end, it just goes insane.
Too much, too much, too much at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to do more research on this prosthetics. Okay. Your intensive year-long study of going frame by frame.
Curious to hear your. I want to see this essay from you.
Indeed. So you were supposed to make sure Wicked didn't win anything. What happened?
That's right. Yeah, he said. Yeah, he said he deputized me.
Deputized you.
Mm-hmm. And then he mentioned something about Arrivo. Um,
Oh, I
that he
tried
used.
to like Revo. I couldn't.
So here's the thing about Arrivo.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her in what was that? What was
The
that movie? El
Bad
Royale.
Times at Dale Royale.
I liked
Yeah,
her in that.
she's great in that. Yeah.
And I've seen her in other stuff, and I liked her. And then she shows up in Wicked, and this is what turned me off of her. Majorly turned me off of her. When she had that idiotic meltdown about the fan art of Wicked and tried to make it all about herself, like she was being erased. And like, did you even pay attention to the fact that that's basically what the poster is for the Broadway? I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know that that's the poster for the they were trying to make it match. And she just so narcissistic, absolutely ridiculous reaction. And then on the press tour they're going on, she and Ariana Grande crying about everything, and it was like, I've mentioned before, this movie had three things against it. It's about The Wizard of
Mm-hmm.
Oz, which I'm not super crazy about. It's a musical, which I am generally not crazy about. Yes, Better Man and The Sound of Music are exceptions. And then Cynthia Erivo. I did not want to look at her face for multiple hours at a time because she just now annoys me. She's kind of just entered into that territory for me. If I could have stopped it, I would have, Clue.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another first, the karaoke song wins for best song. Well, I think it's the karaoke scene. I honestly don't remember. I honestly don't know what song it is. I didn't bother to look.
Yep, no desire.
It won the correct awards. It was a throwback to the old big budget movies. Every penny was spent on the screen. I don't know which one you mean. Oh, Wicked.
I
Yeah.
probably Oh, Wicked. Oh,
Yeah,
Wicked.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I figured those were going to be the categories it was going to do well in. Okay. Okay, why'd you mention that's playing in my head now? No. Okay. Uh, Wrong movie winner for the ages has to
Okay.
be Pacino for Son of a Woman. Yeah. I like that movie.
I think I may have seen it a long, long time
It's
ago.
that final scene that gets it. Honora 6 million, Brutalist 10 million. Yeah.
Wow, 10 million for a movie that
Godzilla
big.
minus one 10 million.
20, 20.
Yeah.
I thought I heard 15 million for Godzilla
Well,
minus
okay,
one.
but still,
Super impressive. You know it can
and
be done.
for it to look that good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do series reviews?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I can't remember what my last series. Oh, my last series review was for I think it was called Disclaimer, an Apple TV series starring Kate Blanchett and Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah. So I do on occasion, but the thing about series is that it takes such a time commitment, multiple episodes. I saw Silo. I finished season 2 of Silo. So I watched season 1 really fast when I knew season 2 was coming out, and I started watching season 2 before it was released cuz I was on the Apple like the screener site for reviewers. And I started going through it, and then I just kind of petered out, and I didn't finish it until a couple weeks ago. So I haven't even done a review for that yet. Movies are easier.
Oh, indeed.
Just, a couple hours, and then you can just do a review.
Friends said Nickel Boys was their least favorite picture nominee, right behind Amelia
Really?
Perez.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
a lot of people didn't see Nickel Boys. So
I heard it was really good. I had the screener. I don't know if it's expired yet, but I never watched it.
Sashi says, I've stopped looking at movies from Western studios for now. Anime for now. Okay. A lot of people like anime.
Yep.
Nickel Boys and The Complete Unknown are the only Best Picture nominees that didn't win an Oscar. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sashi says I should do my research, give an in-depth review of them. For science, of course.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Better Man was great, but I could never watch Wicked.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch. In a rush to see it either.
Better Man every day for the rest of my life than watch Wicked.
Was Conan good? I don't have cable, so I didn't see the show. What I saw of him was good. From what I understand, he pretty much did what a host is supposed to do. He kept the show going. He was funny. He kept it non-political, which was good. Yeah, like I said, I've only heard like about 2 or 3 points where people started to get political, but other than that, they pretty much kept their mouths shut.
Good for them.
Yeah.
The more they do that, maybe the more people will want to come back to watch the Oscars. Maybe. I don't blame her. I loved it too. That movie was so much fun. So that I have such good memories about that movie. I watched it the day after I did a double feature of The Shift and Silent Night, which were just terrible. And so then I went to go see Godzilla minus one the next day, and I was a little worried that it was going to be another bad experience, and it was such a fantastic experience. Yeah. I was just the joy, the absolute joy I felt. Yeah. Great film.
Yeah, because I was going to do the same thing. I was going to watch Silent Night and The Shift. That was my plan for that evening as well. But I was so dejected after Silent Night.
You decided not to see The
I
Shift.
just went home. You know, and
Yeah.
I and I came back and your review was on.
Yeah, I did a live stream. I
And you
decided,
live streamed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I decided I don't have the energy to do actual reviews, full-on reviews for these. I'm just gonna sit down and do a live stream and just talk about how terrible they were.
Because I did an out of the theater for Silent Night, and I was just so depressed because I was like, all right, great. John Woo comes back to kick ass one last time,
Yeah,
and I was like, this is going to be an action
a mute
masterpiece.
a mute John
And
Woo.
I'm just
It
like,
ended up, and yeah.
I'm just,
I'm
I
not a
was
fan of
waiting,
John Woo, but
I was waiting for that movie to get started. And when it did, it was just too late.
and I hate it because I really like Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, and it wasn't his fault, but
Mm-mm.
I just okay. I get why he's mute. Everybody
Right.
didn't make any sense.
I guess the director was trying to be super creative. Well, it didn't
Yeah,
work.
no.
Didn't work.
All right. Loved Wicked, the original musical. No interest in the film. I wish I had that sense for Les Mis or Family Opera. I watched the start of Wicked and I was out. Yeah, I figured Wicked wasn't going to be your thing, Jason. No,
Okay.
no. I would have been very surprised if you enjoyed that film. Okay, yeah, I get Indie Phantom says yeah, I sense more people watch this Oscars, not hearing as much negativity,
Yeah,
so
same,
yeah, it seemed to
same.
be fine. It was predictable. It was predictable.
Do you feel like it was? Because I feel like there were some surprises.
Um, I wasn't that surprised. It
Really?
was everything. Everything that won, I either thought would or it would have been my second choice.
Mm-hmm.
So no,
What
I
did Conclave win for again? Was it
adapted
screenplay?
screenplay.
Adapted screenplay. Okay.
Yeah, which wasn't a surprise. Uh, now that I trim back my cable, I have YouTube, physical media. I've been watching many old movies lately. Someday I may go back to the theater if it's something interesting. Yeah, I don't think you need to go to the theaters to see everything. The reason why Sin and I watch so much was, well, number one, there's the movie nights.
Mm-hmm.
Sin gets screeners. Um, I make it a point to see at least one new movie a week, or at least I try to, or at least one every couple of weeks. Um, Sometimes two in 1 week if I'm lucky, because I have this whole thing of, you know, I don't feel that I can comment on a year as a whole unless I have seen at least one movie a week.
Yeah, right.
I'm just weird
Get
that
enough
way
under
for
your
some
belt.
reason. Yeah. So and I think that's one of the reasons why we're even aware of a lot of these movies, because one of the complaints I've heard tonight is that, well, I haven't heard of that movie,
Yeah,
but
but people who pay
how did you
attention
miss
to
it?
films,
Yeah,
people that's what they do,
I
of
guess
course, are
people
going to
don't
be
pay attention, I guess,
a lot
anymore.
of
I
the
don't know.
casual watchers. I don't think,
Okay.
I don't think they do. I'm going to see I actually have a double feature planned for next week.
Oh,
I'm going to
really?
go see, yeah, on Thursday, I'm going to go see Black Bag followed by Opus. So
Hmm.
that's going to be exhausting, but the times lined up really well. And a lot of times if I can kill two birds with one stone, I'd rather do that as opposed to having to go back out again the next day to watch something else just because of my work schedule.
Indie Phantom is, oh no, didn't see Silent Night, but I tried to watch this remake of The Killer and couldn't deal with that chick's hair. I stayed away from that. It's on Peacock.
The
Um,
Killer.
yeah, he did a movie in the 80s called The
Joe.
Killer with Cheyenne Fat. And
Oh, oh, oh. Okay, okay.
and he remade it, set it in France, and gender flipped the main character for some reason. And
Okay.
I why remake the movie that was his masterpiece? Why?
Hmm.
Leave it the way we have that movie from the 80s. Leave it alone. It's great. It still works. I watch that movie. Every time I watch that movie, I watch it like it's the first time. You know, that was the film that changed the way I looked at action films and what you could do in an action film. And to sully it with, a remake for modern audiences, no, I can't.
Yeah, it's annoying that they do that. I wish that was a trend that would stop. Clue, I'm looking up the answer to your question because no, it's a Shure, but it's not an SM7B. That's one of the the higher priced ones.
Hmm.
So bear with me.
All right. For $4.99, Joe's Atmosphere, thank you very much. I still can't believe the little emo girl from who DiCaprio torched at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just won an
Oh yeah,
Oscar.
that's
Yeah,
right. That was
that,
her.
that was her. Yeah.
Wasn't she in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies as well?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Mm,
I know she's in one of the Scream movies
yes,
as
that's right.
well.
She
Yeah.
was. She was. I didn't like her in that, and I didn't like her in oh Lord, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. If she was
Hmm.
in there, I thought she was in there. I thought for sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm confusing her with somebody else.
She might have been. I don't know. I didn't see it. But I was just rather ironically before it was on, I came across the clip where they have that final fight in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I was like, every time he hits her, I used to go like, yeah. And then now
I
it's like,
love that
oh, I'm
ending.
sorry. Are you okay?
Oh no, I still love it. I still love that I was not expecting that ending, and I was laughing the whole time it happened. It was so
Yeah,
funny.
but the thing that you realize is that in that fight, you now have 3 Oscar nominees and or winners in that scene.
Austin Butler,
Brad
that
Pitt,
girl.
Austin Butler, and now Mikey Madison. You have three
Well,
Oscar
also
winners in that scene, or
has
nominees,
Leonardo
because Butler has
DiCaprio.
one. Leonardo
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
So 4.
Leonardo's in the scene, but he's outside. So that's 4.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
So that's pretty cool.
That is.
Yeah. Kind of makes you look at that whole scene a whole new way now.
True.
Um, let's see. Margaret Qualley also in that film.
That's right. She was. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, a
Um,
lot of people in there.
yeah. I played Phantom of the Opera in my high school band. Cool.
Oh, cool.
All right. Moving on. Hello to DJ Play Nice. Thanks for hosting. Well, you're welcome. I think there are minor surprises in the major categories. Chalamet and Demi Moore were topping the polls last week, which is why I predicted during my show that they would win, and they didn't. And that I was, yeah.
I'm a little surprised that I felt like I felt like she would, but then at the same time, my brain was thinking, okay, Anora's feeling bandwagony. I feel like Mikey's gonna win. Mickey or Mikey, whatever. I forget how this. She's
Like,
got a weird name.
yeah. Also thought Conclave was going to do better. Haven't seen it. I saw it 2 nights in a row. Of the movies that were nominated that I saw, I thought Conclave was the best one.
You mean for Best Picture?
Yeah. Out
Okay,
of
because
what I saw, because I only saw 4 of them. Of the 4, I
okay.
thought Conclave was the best
I
one.
definitely didn't see all of them, but I was going to
No.
say, out of all the other ones that were nominated, I know other films that were much better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if it were up to us, that would have been a completely different Best
If
Picture
it were up
list
to
for
me, Coleman
sure.
Domingo would have won for Sing Sing.
For
Better Man
sure.
would have won for Best Picture and Best Song and Best Acting and Best Visual Effects.
Oh, visual effects for sure. That
Sure.
that scene where he basically has the meltdown in that concert and he's basically facing off against all these different versions of himself,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it just basically becomes the best battle scene in any of the Planet of the Apes movies without being in a Planet of the Apes movie.
I agree. I agree. That was so good, and just all of the songs.
Yeah.
There's only one song that I do feel like it probably and the second time I watched it, I was like, okay, the songs are fine because I had mentioned something about maybe the songs could have been trimmed a little. But I don't feel that way anymore, except about one song. There's one song I feel like maybe if they had shaved off like a minute of it. I mean, I don't hate watching it. It's fine. And that was the what's the name of it? Rockin' the DJ or something where they're dancing in the street. I feel like that one went on just a skosh too long. But I love all of the musical
I can see
numbers
that.
in there.
Yeah.
All of them. They're just so good. Oh my goodness. Like the scene where he's a little kid and he's singing and imagining that he's singing with his dad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It just kills me. And Better Man and what was the other one? Angels. Oh goodness gracious.
Hmm.
And then of course, I did it my way, and I'm not even a Frank Sinatra fan, not even a huge fan of that song at all. But the way they did it in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I feel like I'm a Better Man apostle, you guys. Like I am going out preaching this movie, just preaching its praises up and down. Y'all go
Yeah,
watch
it
it if you
it
haven't
it
seen
is
it.
it is definitely a buy it on 4K
I have
movie
already
for
pre-ordered
sure.
it. I have
Oh, right on.
pre-ordered that stinker, and I got the soundtrack as soon as it went. As soon as it went
Nice.
on sale. I'm sorry, Clue Studio. No, I'm not a Sinatra fan. Yeah, not. Sorry. Well, it was good while it lasted, Clue.
Neat. Um, incredible soundtrack. He's talking about Phantom of the Opera,
Yeah,
uh, Music of the Night. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Good songs
a
in there.
supporting actor and actress tends to be a lock in most recent years. Yeah, it wasn't a surprise tonight. Kieran
Mm-hmm.
Culkin and
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Saldana. Yeah, not a surprise. They had won all the other like guild awards and whatnot, so
Right.
that
I'm
wasn't a shock.
more interested to watch that than I initially was. Jesse Eisenberg, just he kind of aggravates me, but
Yeah.
I listened to an interview he had on NPR a few weeks ago, and I feel like I've softened a skosh towards him because I didn't realize he's got like a ton of anxieties and issues, and maybe that's part of the reason why he seems like an asshole a lot of times to people. I'm not super crazy about his acting. I did not like his portrayal of Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman. I felt like he was the worst part about that movie.
Woody
Um,
Allen on Helium.
no, it was just not.
Yeah.
I just
No.
oh gosh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see it probably mostly because of Kieran Culkin. I'm curious to see his performance in
Yeah, I
that.
am curious to see that now as well.
Yeah, I did
Black
see
Bag
that
has a killer
movie.
cast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm
I'm.
looking forward to that.
I hope it's good. I
That was
hope
on
it's
my
good.
list of most anticipated, and
Yeah.
it's not super long. I think it's only like an hour and a half.
Really?
I think so. I'll double check, but I think so. I was surprised.
Okay.
Surprised me.
Are they listening to us? Are we getting back to these 90-minute one-off movies again?
I
I
mean,
hope
I'm
so.
not necessarily complaining about the fact that a lot of movies are an hour and 45, 2 hours, 2 hours plus. It all depends on how it's done. Better Man was more than 2 hours. Loved it. Yeah,
Hmm.
Terminator 2 is more than 2 hours. My favorite movie of all time. So it just depends on how it's done.
Well,
Sometimes it doesn't work.
I went out and backed a 5-hour documentary, so
Which
doesn't make
one?
me look good either. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Full disclosure. That's what I'm looking for. I am an associate. I am an IMDb credited associate producer on a documentary called In Search of Tomorrow.
Okay,
And
wait.
it's like
That
5
is
hours long.
yes. That okay. So speaking of that's the one about sci-fi, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. I found out about the In Search of documentaries a couple years ago, and they did
Mhm.
the horror one for the 80s. They've done a horror one for the first part of the 90s. They've done In Search of Tomorrow. They've done an alien one, and they've done one about RPG games.
Mhm.
And I didn't buy it when it was initially available, but then I saw they had a sale on the digital copy, so I bought that entire bundle, including that one, In Search of Tomorrow. And I bought the physical copies of all of them except for In Search of Tomorrow and the RPG thing because those weren't
Mhm.
available in the bundle. So I'm looking forward to watching that.
It's good. Skip all of the Will Wheaton parts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because if I had known that that movie was going to have so much Will Wheaton, I might not have. We live in a dystopian world. I'm like, shut the fuck up,
Oh, I
Leslie.
know. We
you
absolutely do
know,
not. Please,
good
please.
lord, just quit it, you Nancy.
Well, I'm
Um,
looking forward to watching. I'm going to watch those and
it's good.
hopefully
It's good.
review them.
I would rather have. I want to hear Bruce Boxleitner talk about Tron. I don't want to hear Wesley Crusher.
Mm.
You know.
I'm hoping I'll
But
find out about some movies that I didn't know
yeah.
about, or get a renewed interest in movies that I know about but haven't seen. Yes, there is an extended version clue. Oh my gosh. Yes, there is.
Okay.
And it includes some good scenes.
Okay. I need
Agreed.
to scroll down there real quick. The Killer remake also looked kind of cheap. To be fair, the action was still there, but wasn't buying it. Checked out early. Like I didn't see it, so I mean, and I have no excuse not to see it. It's free on Peacock. I can watch it anytime I want to, but I didn't do it. Let me see. Yes, thank you, Joe's Atmosphere, again for the super chat. Um, I will probably check out Ballerina for Anna, but I'm so
Yeah,
done with John Wick. That series
same.
bored me. Much with a
Yep,
friend.
same. I did not like
I
John Wick
still
3
like
or
it
4.
enough to. I still like it enough to see what they do with this one, but
Oh yeah, I'm
there's a
definitely going to watch Ballerina. Yep.
yeah, but there's a point where they're going to just have to just stop with it, And I'm fine leaving it where they left it, honestly. Uh, so deleted. Did Oscar die before Disney yet? I think they got a little bit of a reprieve with this show. What I saw and heard of it was fine. It was fine. Yeah. Let's see. Clue Channel. Insert super chat here for Sen.
Very kind.
Great.
Thank you again.
Okay.
Appreciate that a lot.
Bodies is not on her IMDb list.
Okay, then
Okay.
there must be somebody else that I'm
Fair
totally
enough.
confusing her with.
Mikey Madison is great in interviews. Super likable too. See her in a Criterion Closet. I did see that clip. Yeah. She's a lot of fun in that clip. I think it was just because she played a couple of unlikable characters kind of early.
Mm.
But now you see her, like he says, you see her in interviews. You go, oh, she's actually like a sweet kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Eventually, yeah.
He's sounding
I
better than he did last
I am
night.
sounding better. Yeah, I'm sounding a lot better. I didn't do Bill's karaoke show. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good you
I
didn't.
couldn't.
You strip your
Yeah.
throat, and you basically when you strip your throat,
Yeah.
you're like an open door. You're like a magnet for all sorts of germs. It's like it does something to you. I've had that happen to me too many
Yeah.
times. So just got to take care of yourself.
Indeed. Insert super chat here for deleted. Include.
Oh, thank. That's so sweet.
All right.
Aw.
So Titanic better than Conclave. I I like Titanic for what it is. They're two totally different movies.
I would rather watch
he's
Conclave again
he's
than
messing with
Titanic.
me. Yeah,
He didn't know that's like a hot, but I hate Titanic. I cannot stand that movie.
I know. Live to beard. Thank you. Does seem to be working. Better Man got caught up in. Yeah. Not a Snatcher fan, you mentioned that. Conclave was good. What a cast. Didn't see the ending coming either.
I knew the ending before I went in.
I did too. Yeah. And
it still annoyed me. Still annoyed me.
It I understand the upset.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me because like I said, I watched it with a friend of mine who had like a whole different take on it.
Yeah.
And he looked at it as there was all of this mystery and all of these things that were being covered up. And, even the revelation, the Pope didn't trust his own people.
Yep.
So it was like, so he kind of hid this. What do I call him? He hid this person away so that he kind of wouldn't be infected by all of these politics and machinations and he looked at it as it was just another mystery that had to be solved, another thing that had to be covered up, and it was just
well, that stuff
Tuesday,
about it was that stuff about it was good. I didn't mind that stuff. It was just the whole, like I've mentioned before, what I feel like the agenda narrative of the stuff at the end.
Yeah.
That
I didn't see
that
it as
annoyed
agenda.
me.
I didn't see it as agenda
because of the times. Because of the times and the messaging about certain groups that are clearly better than others.
Well, yeah, that was the part that annoyed me.
That and just it's like, okay, yeah, like I've said 15, 20 plus years ago, it would not have bothered me, but then we wouldn't have been going through all the absolute nonsense that's been happening over the past 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So that's why it just still never set right with me, even though I enjoyed the heck out of that film up until then. I thought it was done very well. I loved the acting. I loved the score and the cinematography and how suspenseful it was.
Yeah.
And it was a story about a conclave. And it was just like, it was gripping, and I was just so drawn in, even though I knew what was going to happen at the end.
Razzie wins for Madam. Yes, the other award show this weekend. Razzie's wins for Madam Web, Jerry Seinfeld, Amy Schumer, and Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah.
Did you see the clip that's been circulating about Halle Berry when she won her Razzie the same year that she won an Oscar? So cute. I thought she was a really good sport.
Yeah, she was. Better Man is my top for 2024. I like some biopic musicals because Elvis is my favorite a few years back. I still haven't seen that Elvis movie. I've heard it's really good.
Neither have I. I'm not huge into biopic movies. I'm counting Better Man as a 2025 movie indie because it didn't officially release here, like wide release, until January, even though it had a limited release in December. I'm counting it as a 2025 film. So, yeah.
I counted it as 24. I had it at number 2. after Sing Sing. Yeah.
Sing Sing, yeah. Sing Sing made my top 10 for last year.
Yeah. Jesse was a good Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I were a little bit younger, I would have liked that movie a little bit better. But Social Network, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it years ago, kind of not in passing. It was just like I think the family was watching it, and I was just doing something else on the computer, so
Mhm.
I didn't pay a ton of attention to it.
Yeah. Lex Jr. in the movie. Yeah. Yeah. Austin Butler knocked it out of the park. He's talking about Elvis. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard he's really good in that.
Doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. He's a
It
really good
doesn't surprise
actor.
me at all. He is,
He's
yeah.
a very, very good. He in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I did not. I was like, I didn't pay attention to him who he was. So I can't remember what movie it was later where I realized that that was the guy from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I remembered his character because to me, he was legitimately like scary and threatening because of who he was playing. So
Mm,
I've never seen him in anything where I thought he was bad.
yeah. I feel I will ultimately enjoy real pain, but lately my biases keep me from stuff. I'll probably give it a shot. Yeah.
I think
And
I'll try to
that's
check it out.
this is
Too.
something I feel we need to be careful of just kind of going in with this bias against certain things. Um, we got to give some of this stuff a chance, folks. We got to at least see it. I was talking about this earlier, and the reason why I ultimately decided to watch uh, the Captain Falcon movie was because I felt
Captain
I needed
Falcon.
to see it for myself. I needed to decide on my own where I was on it. It's not a good movie. um, but but now I feel okay. I can speak about it because I've actually seen it. I didn't dismiss it out of hand, and I think this is one of the issues that Better Man had in some of these other movies is that people are just dismissing it out of hand without seeing it. You know, um, every movie that has a woman as a lead is not a DEI film.
Yeah.
We got to be careful not to do that. We cannot have that confirmation bias, or our opposition can just go, see what they're like, see.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we got to be we got to be a little more discerning.
I agree. My personal thing about I have made exceptions, but my personal thing is I decided a long time ago I had zero interest in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon. I saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was terrible. That was one of the things that made me decide I had no interest in watching any film that was going to center around Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Also, Anthony Mackie has started to get a little bit on my nerves, and also just the quality of Marvel movies. I haven't seen multiple Marvel movies lately, and I feel like I need to be a bit discerning of my time, and so you know, I just a lot of times I would like I same as with Amelia Perez. Nope, no thank you. Because I I view if I would turn around and watch Amelia Perez, I would be what I call hate watching it because I go into it knowing I'm absolutely going to hate it. And I would rather spend my time watching films that I do truly believe I'm going to enjoy. There have been multiple films on the Mystery Movie Mondays that I was like, no, I'm not interested. And it changed my mind. So 4 of them ended up in my top 10 last year.
Yeah.
But that was because I set through those because of the commitment to the live stream.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do a review of a movie I haven't seen.
No.
With, and I'm not going to, try to talk other people out of seeing it. if they want it. But I'm just like, no, I'm not. It's not going to be my thing. But yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. In general, it just depends on the film.
Mhm. T2 is more than 2 hours. I didn't know that. Mm. Yeah.
Yep, and the extended edition, like I said, he didn't even know there was an extended edition.
Oh, he
You should.
didn't?
That's like the only way to watch that film for me
Dude.
because, right. That's like because there is a crucial scene in there that I feel was a huge mistake to omit from the theatrical version.
Mhm.
And that's the scene where they take the chip out of his head and flip the
Mhm.
switch.
Yeah.
That scene, they put so much time into filming that and brought her sister in again. And the mirror scene, it's not really a mirror, it's her sister mirroring Linda's actions, her twin sister.
Mhm.
And it was also a super important scene because that was the moment that Sarah Connor, like John said, if I'm supposed to be this great military leader, perhaps you should start listening to me, sometimes. Basically, that was the gist of it. And that's when
Yeah.
she's like, okay, fine, have it your way. So that's a very important scene.
Yeah. Uh, yes, I must be addressed as professor from now on. I insist. It's in my contract. Anyway. Ooh, okay. I'll just duck out the way for this.
Okay, enemy, right away. Don't want to talk to you anymore, Darth. Teasing. No, it's not.
All right. I love the In Search of Docs. I'm a third of the way through the newest one and keep stopping to watch the movies I
Is
haven't
that the one
seen.
about the 90s? Because they've got like 90 through 94.
Hmm. I need to see it. There's the extended version. Don't talk to me. Yeah, the horror ones have Alex Winter filling in for Will Wheaton's wokery. Yeah,
Yeah, Alex, what in the
that's too
world
bad.
happened with you, Alex? I know.
Yeah, what the hell?
I liked him in Lost Boys.
Yeah. Did you guys
Yeah,
hear
this
about
is funny.
Kojima being confused watching the new Captain America? He never watched the series and didn't know Falcon was a Cap.
Well, it's revealed
Yeah,
at the end of Endgame.
yeah, but there's a lot of you have to have seen the 2008 Incredible Hulk. You have to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier and like a couple of other things to kind of understand how did they get to this point.
Mm-hmm. I heard
I
about
know
some of that.
because I'm here on YouTube and I know all the details. But if I didn't, if I wasn't, I and had gone into that movie blind, I would have been completely lost.
I can imagine.
And that's one of the problems with the movie is that who are these? Who's that guy? Isaiah who? You know, and you've got like this girl is like 4 feet tall and she's like bodying
Oh,
like
I
these
heard about her
3,000
too. Heard
three
about her
300
too.
pound guys with like one punch, and I'm like, no. Um, though in the actress's defense, the fact that she had a disease that stunted her growth and she survived that is commendable. But she is
She was
miscast
probably
as that
miscast. That's
character.
what. Yeah, it sounds like she
Yeah.
was.
Um, when Chris Gore says she looks like a child, he's not kidding. She looks like she's like a 10-year-old. It's just no, it doesn't work. It does not work. It does not work on so many levels. You could have cut Giancarlo Esposito completely out of the film.
Well, he
70
was like
minutes,
brought in
yeah.
last minute. If they made her
And
have
it
some sort
looks
of
like it too.
superpowers, yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about
Yeah.
that.
He's just guy who wants to kill Cap. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Have fun with that. Anthony Mackie smacking a 65-year-old guy in the face. Nice. Okay. Great. you know. All right, let me scroll through this real quick. I need to see the sci-fi in Search of Tomorrow. I love that these are like 5 hours. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
aside from Will Wheaton, they did a really good
Each
job with
one.
it.
Like the 80s
Yeah.
ones, the 80s ones is a trilogy, and each one of those is like 4 to 5 hours.
Mm.
I'm so looking forward to watching these.
Yeah.
Clue.
I love when my dirt
I,
bike
I
started with.
I'm see, I can see his comments on my channel before you're able to
Mhm.
get to him, but it was funny. He said I wouldn't. Oh, we were talking about Anthony Mackie. It was
Oh,
just the whole thing. And by
okay.
the way, our 70-minute timer went off, so
Yeah.
just to give you a heads
We're
up on that.
yeah. So let me go through this real quick. Haven't watched any of the Wick stuff. It's not going to be for everybody. I like it, but that's
First
me.
one is good.
Became captain,
Oh
not
yeah, he was
because
just
captain is
correcting.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. What do you hear? Deleted Sincaramia. Not tonight. Titanic is a good movie to watch while you are high. Okay.
I pass. I saw it once. That was enough. I wish I'd never seen it.
Jason is a little more succinct.
I agree.
Okay.
Totally
It's quite
agree.
it's quite a feat to confuse Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, somehow they
Right?
managed it. Never finished watching Titanic. I kept nodding off. Folks, in 1997, this movie was considered to be the shit. Everybody went to go see it multiple times. So all of a sudden, everybody hates it. You know.
Well,
Some of my
a lot of the time it was super popular because all these chicks were in love with Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, that was like one of the main draws for a lot of people, I think. But I don't know. A lot of people still really like it, but I just no, it's not my thing. I
maybe if I saw it, I haven't seen it in years, but maybe if I watch it again, I'll change my mind on it. But
mm.
some of my
I
least
do.
favorite Best Picture. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, The English Patient. I was not a fan of The English Patient.
Patient, Forrest Gump, Shakespeare in Love in Chicago. Um, English Patient, yeah, I can understand. I'd read the book beforehand, though, so I kind of had an idea what I was getting into. Um, Gump, in a year that had Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption, and you go for Forrest Gump,
Yeah,
they went with safe. I like the movie, but it's a safe movie,
it's okay.
and they
My
should
husband
have gone with
watched the heck
the
out of
other
that
two.
thing.
Yeah, Shakespeare in Love, I like it. Over Private Ryan, though, no. Chicago, yeah, I can understand that. I didn't like Crash.
I never saw Crash, but I heard about it.
I just thought it was preachy crap.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's really preachy. It's kind of it's woke before woke was a thing.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. Um, I honestly do believe that they wanted to give it to Brokeback, and I think they just chickened out.
Probably wouldn't
I
surprise
think
me.
they chickened out. Um, and I've only seen like 20 minutes out of Brokeback Mountain, but that 20 minutes is better than anything that's in Crash. You know?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, although that's not saying much either. But it's the postmodernist game. Push power groups aside in favor of groups that don't have power. In other words, whites replaced by POC. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what that's in reference to.
That was like about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, but
Okay.
I mean, I
Sorry,
agree.
Cleta. Yeah. Sean Baker tied Walt Disney for the most Oscars won in one night for If you missed his acceptance speech for Best Director, watch it.
I
Hollywood needs
heard.
to listen tonight. Yeah.
I heard about that. I
Um,
heard what wasn't that was his speech about, like, people going to the cinema. You should go back and, enjoy movies on the cinema. I heard about that. And y'all need to watch Kieran Culkin's speech. It's freaking adorable and very pro family. I loved it. I thought it was very sweet. Oh, no.
Schools always has the message. Always has out the messages necessary for healing. Yeah. The state of schools, don't even get me started. Social Network was so good to dialogue, acting, and cinematography. Well, you got Fincher and Sorkin, so. I don't like Sorkin's politics, but the man's good at what he does. He's in Dune 2, Fade Routha, yeah. Austin Butler, yeah.
It was good in there.
Mikey Madison with Austin Butler in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah.
Yep.
Good film. Should have been Best Picture. Yeah.
I enjoyed that film a lot.
Okay. Learn to separate the art from the artist. They make it difficult to do that these days.
Sometimes I can,
but I try.
I absolutely cannot. It honestly, it all depends on their personality and what they've done or said. There's like this threshold with me, and sometimes if people cross it, that's just like, no, that's it. No, I can't.
Okay.
It just totally depends. It's like a case by case basis for me.
Captain Falcon, laughing my ass off. I agree, deleted you. Okay, yeah, I don't want to be stuck in a bubble like people on Blue Sky, who are all running back to Twitter right now, by the way. All right. And hello to Connie Clary. Sorry I was late. Had a call from another member from another channel. No, it's perfectly fine. Nothing DEI about Sarah Connor. No.
Nope.
Agreed.
Absolutely not. She's a fantastic character. And Linda Hamilton is a lovely human being. I speak from experience.
Yeah, you've met her. Yeah.
I have. Yep.
Okay.
Love her even more now.
Sin has been fired. No. Kidding. All right. If I don't remember, I said that already. Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier denigrated the U.S. I'm not surprised. Just because De Niro and Hamill have lost their minds. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a shame. Marvel movies seem to be adapting to stories that failed even in the comics. Yeah, that's another problem. Cleo says, I met Anthony Mackie in Atlanta right before $1 Million. I think that was $1 Million Baby won an award. He's cool, dude. Yeah.
Not so much. We were talking about him. I've heard he's got a terrible reputation for treating fans who want to talk to him like absolute crap. And that, to me, that's like, and I used to like him because, I liked him fine. I don't think he can really carry something. When he took over Joel Kinnaman's role in Altered Carbon, which that first season was fantastic. I will try to, Clue, by the way. When he took that over, just like he just didn't do it for me. And then I started to find out about how ugly he was to fans who just want to talk to him. Like they just want to say hi to him. I really like your work. And he's like, no, that's not cool. And there have been multiple reports of that. He has a reputation for that. And I don't think that's okay at all. That really turned me off. Yeah, that one.
Shake your head so you send deleted. I was sheltered. That is no excuse, young man.
You must watch that extended scene. I know. I believe you, Clue. I believe you. People can change sometimes for the worse over time.
Well, like I was saying the other night, when Simu Liu was in the Taken TV series, he was really cool on Twitter with fans.
Taken
And
TV series?
there was
I don't think I've heard
a
about that.
TV.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't hear this? Okay.
Okay. No, haven't.
All right. Well, I would say probably 6-7 years back now
Okay.
on on NBC was a series version of Taken,
Okay. So it's
and
connected.
that
Like that's supposed to be a.
it
Okay.
was basically a prequel,
Oh, okay.
and how he became an agent, why he is the way he is, and they give you a pretty damn good reason for that. And basically, it's his first team, and Simu Liu is one of the guys.
Okay.
And that entire cast was great on
I've
Twitter
not heard
with
of
the
this
fans.
show.
There were a lot of really cool back and forths.
Cool.
So I don't know what happened to him since then. Maybe
He
after
got cast
Shang-Chi, he
in
thinks,
Shang-Chi and thought he was the shit.
yeah. And
And he got really assholey with
yeah.
fans.
And he didn't
And
used to be,
oh,
is the
and
thing.
the boba tea thing, that was like the final like
Yeah, that
okay,
was
so
dumb.
I will say I did really like his performance in Last Breath. He didn't agitate me like I thought he would. So he
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
reached
good.
that level. He hasn't reached that level yet. But the boba tea thing was inexcusable and it was ridiculous. He just looked like a complete asshole.
I wouldn't want to meet him after that abortion Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. The way they treated Bucky in that series pisses me off. You know?
Agreed.
Yeah, that
There's a lot about that series that pisses me off.
it was a $200 million movie in 1995. That was a big deal. Okay.
I think he's talking about Titanic, which I
Titanic,
believe came out in
Titanic was
97.
97. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo
Yeah.
and the girls. Yeah. And that's still a thing. I was working retail then. My son, my heart will go on playing on repeat for 12 hours.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know. I got so sick
that's
of
too
that.
much.
I was telling him I got so sick of that song. I prefer the Spanish language version.
Woke has been around since 68 at least. Yeah, but they weren't as overt with it as they are now. Indies, I like Crash way more than Brokeback Mountain, but the real Crash was by David Cronenberg. Yes. Yes, sir. I'm going to sing that song to you on my next stream. Send
You're
just
talking
kidding.
about The Heart Will Go On. Nope.
Okay. Clue Studio, if you do that, I will unsubscribe. If I'm not subscribed, I shall subscribe and then it'll subscribe.
Sashi, I love your sense of humor. All of y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
You make me
Baker's
laugh.
Baker's been giving that version of that speech everywhere I hear. We'll listen to it when it shows up on YouTube, but I'm sure it's probably already there. Okay, let me the chat jumped on me. Hold on. You've met her? Damn, yes, you did. Jealous as hell.
I did. I told him that I had made a video of it, but I haven't put the video up yet because one of my viewers suggested that I should make a video of the experience, which I did. My son made a short of that because he saw me fangirl for the first time ever, and he still cannot get over it. So he made a short, and the short is up on my channel.
I think it's easier for me to separate De Niro because he was in so many classics and he usually plays a whack job or an asshole anyway. I love him, Cape Fear, so much. Yeah, that like I can watch Taxi Driver and divorce him from the character. You know, like I can still watch Gross Point Blank even though John Cusack blocked me on Twitter for like a year, so yeah, it is possible to separate it, but for me, it's getting a little more difficult.
It definitely is.
Uh,
Just because people are getting a little bit more mouthy.
yeah. And hello to Caveat Ties. Good to see you, sir. Uh, all right, Indie Phantom was surprised to hear Judge Reinhold has a bad onset rap. Could be rumors, but so likable. I haven't heard anybody really say anything about him. I would be surprised. Sin draws the line at Boba T. Oh, okay, 97. Okay.
I've
There was
never had boba
actually a
tea and
series.
never will, but yes, I draw the line at boba tea. Sorry, go ahead.
There was actually a series of the Paul Haggis crash film that had Dennis Hopper. Yes, random trivia alert. It was on Stars. Yeah, I didn't see it. It ran for a few years. I heard it was decent. I don't know. Or at least the Dennis Hopper parts of it would have been good anyway. Biggest movie stars aren't on social media. Yeah. It says you have to manage the person with the person's ideas. You get along with people better, especially in the university setting where I spent 20 years. Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah,
not in a university setting, so.
yeah, thank goodness I'm not either. It completely
Yeah.
depends, Darth, if they are people that shove it in your face all the time and they're absolutely assholes about it, I can't separate that. I work with people who will probably never see eye to eye with me on certain things as far as like political and social stuff. But the difference is for me with those people, we just don't talk about that stuff, and we have respect for each other, and I love my coworkers, especially the close inner circle of the company that I work with. Absolutely love them. And these are people that even though I know what they think about things, I can separate it because they're not being butts about it. And we have mutual respect for each other. But there's just some people that it's not something that's easy to do.
Right. Yeah, John Cusack is another one I need to separate a bit. Some actors I knew in Toronto said he was kind of blacklisted. Grain of salt trivia. Yeah, I hear he's like really difficult to work with, and kind of hacks on a lot of his own movies. So it's like, yeah, I can kind of do without him, honestly. You know, I have no problem with actors doing movies for paychecks. It's a job. Take the job, get paid, but you know, at least act like you're fucking interested. Please.
Yeah.
Don't ever hear
This is
about
true.
Keanu or Cruz
This is
pissing off
true.
fans on X. No.
They treat their fans with respect.
Sorry, meant Reinhold was blacklisted. I think the problem about Reinhold getting blacklisted is because he has some conservative leanings.
Oh, really?
And they don't like that in Hollywood.
Oh,
he's not down. I would seat him in like the Justine Bateman section. He's not down with the woke, from what I've heard. So, yeah, that's gonna hurt him, especially in fucking Toronto. So, all right. I'd ignore them in a few instances where I couldn't ignore them. Simply get stuck with facts and get them mad. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, hit them with their own words, man.
Oh, goodness.
Taken to academic council twice. I won both because I was able to defend my position.
But just the fact that had to happen to you is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is about that time to start winding this down because we probably have to get up in a few hours to go to work.
It's already in the morning, but yeah, we have to get up early in the morning.
Yeah. All right. We had 42 people watching at one time.
That's great. And a lot of interaction with the fans.
Yeah.
The fans like I'm sorry. That was
our fans.
The fans like I'm something super special or we're something. I mean, the viewers. A lot of interaction. I'm sorry. I'm sleepy. This is way past my bedtime, you guys. But yeah, it was great. All these conversations. If it were earlier, I would hang for much longer. But yeah, We both have commitments in the morning, so.
Yeah. All right. This is and I love this show. Great.
Oh,
All right.
love seeing
So
you guys. It's always so much fun to
yeah.
see the same
Thank
people come
thank you
back.
all.
Yeah.
All right. We were worried if we were going to be able to fill an hour. Okay. But
Right.
yeah. All right. So
Oh,
Sin,
thank you.
uh, what do you have coming up?
Oh gosh, you know what? Okay. I got to think about it. Tomorrow, well, Tuesday we're going to do a live stream about the Mystery Movie Monday.
Right?
I don't remember if there's another movie I'm watching at Regal this week, but I do have some reviews I've been meaning to like maybe do an audio review of and just post just to have something. But that's the immediate, the one on Tuesday. Oh, on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday on Sound Booth Theater's channel, and also I'll be streaming to mine as well. We're going to have my brother is going to be on to be interviewed
Oh,
because we recently
nice.
produced one of his books. We recently produced the audiobook version of it. So he's going to be on there to do an interview. So that's going to be this coming Wednesday. And next Wednesday, we're going to do our movie discussion that we didn't do the previous month because yeah, we had to reschedule that because of some stuff that happened. So those are the
Okay.
immediate live streams that I know of on my channel.
All right. As for myself, tomorrow night I'm going to the mystery movie, which will my guess is Novocaine.
Novocaine. Yeah, I think so too. I think I'd be
Yeah,
surprised if it's not. We'll see.
yeah. And so I of course will be reviewing that with Sin, along with off the cover Wilkie's Movies and Music, Kyle Corwith, and possibly
We don't know.
a possibly maybe
Maybe a mystery guest.
a mystery guest.
We'll see. I'll be.
Indeed.
I'll believe it. Yeah, I'll believe it if it happens, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, just we will have to make sure that that person has a link. So
The link has
if
already been
they,
sent. The link has
oh,
been sent. Yeah, I told you
nice.
I sent the link, but I will also touch base tomorrow just to remind him. You know,
Okay,
just because
please do.
he's super busy. So
Well, yeah.
we'll see. I
Okay,
mean, I
we will see.
we'll see. I'll probably always send him the link because he did indicate willingness, openness to it. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it will happen, and it will be super cool. Okay, moving on. Um, so mystery movie night podcast with possibly a very super cool surprise mystery guest.
Let's
7
see.
o'clock. Fingers crossed, fingers and toes crossed. Um, assuming I can still move my toes, which is kind of a 50-50 thing lately with me, um, along with everything else. Um, of course, right after that, we'll be live from Sparkwood in 21, which is my Twin Peaks retrospective series, which I co host with Troy Picelli, who was with us in the chat earlier, as well as Netter's Network and Aged Boomer. We are going to be discussing part 2 of The Secret History of Twin Peaks, the Mark Frost companion book to season 3. So there'll be that. And let's see. Thursday, I will be joining Outlaw Bill, who was also in the chat earlier, for action theater. And we're going to be watching Hard Rain from 1998. Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater, Randy Quaid, Ed Asner, and Minnie Driver. So
Big
check that out.
cast.
From the same writer as Broken Arrow and Speed. No one leaves without singing the blues. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Moving on. All right. Yes, thank you, Lady Mist, for dropping the link. All righty. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Send any last words before we close it out.
Don't have anything. Go watch a good movie. Go watch Better Man.
Indeed. All right. I would like to thank everybody for joining us for our Oscars Postmortem
Thank you so
special.
much.
Sin, thank you once again for taking time out of your schedule for joining me.
Absolutely. Always.
And I want to thank everyone who's following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And thank everyone who was here in the live chat. You guys were great. From HQ, all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Because this is how we win.